You're up, Miss Judy.
Oh, dear Heavenly Father, we come to you with such a sense of gratefulness and such a sense of your majesty. What a joy to be able to come together with women that really and truly are seeking you first in their business and following through with their desires and dreams to serve other people. We ask that tonight you would open our ears, open our hearts, and open our minds to hear, to share, and to be all that we can be so that we can reach out and spread your kingdom by using the vehicle of Mary Kay Cosmetics. And in all things, Lord, we want to give you the praise, the honor, and the glory. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Awesomeness. Well, totally want to welcome everybody here. So very excited. As you can tell, tons of amazing things have happened since the last 7 days. One of the reasons I wanted that totally in print is that I wanted you to see how many amazing things can happen in 7 days. Because if it's happened once, guess what that means? It could happen again. So totally excited about that. There she is, like, and all of a sudden I lost Judy. It's like, and okay, there she is. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn it over to Miss Judy to start with some of our recognition for tonight, and then we'll be going into some training. So Miss Judy, take it away.
Okay. Well, and of course, our recognition tonight will be what we're accustomed to from the past week. But I just have to back up and say, oh, I love everything that I'm seeing on all of the great things that happened over this week. Because, you know, gang, there's just nothing like being excited. And every day it's a choice to be able to do so. So tonight, I want you to privately message me on the chat. And in case you are new, on a computer, it's down at the bottom where it says chat, and you click on that, and then you would find out of the list my name, Judy Stats, and then private message me how many faces you put Mary Kay on this week, how many new bookings you created, what your sales were, how many career chats you performed, and if you had any new team members, we would love to be able to share that joy and excitement with you. So faces, bookings, sales, career chats, and team members. Private message, Judy Stats. And I also want to say that I am so excited about some of the upcoming events. How many of you have seen, raise your hands and hallelujahs, that October is a double credit month? And those are not just directors, let me assure you. We get to do it from two sides. We get to be excited as a consultant and excited as a director. Because ladies, do you realize what this can mean? It will simply mean that you have the opportunity to either be halfway on target for your diamond ring. You could be number one in your unit. You could be on target for a car if you have 6 qualified. It's just lots and lots of different things that this particular month would have the opportunity to be. And so I don't know how many of you remember the movie Hunt for Red October. It's quite a ways back. And so many times we have really used that as a theme for the month of October, to hunt for Red October. This would be the month to be in your red jacket, be a team leader because you've got your 6 qualified, and on your way to winning your diamond B. I love my diamond rings. I love my diamond Bs because that talks about the number of people that I have offered the opportunity to. And so we love the fact that October is double credit. So everybody's going to take advantage of that. You get to put in at least 2,000 wholesale, excuse me, 2,000 wholesale, which will equal $8,000 retail. A 2 for an 8, gang, that's awesome. That is so good. And then, of course, one of the ways that the company is helping us to create all of that is through our hostess contest. Now, that would simply mean that you, my apologies, you would have a hostess. She would have 3 guests. It can be virtual or it can be in person. and that you register her so that we have 1 million hostesses in the month of October. Isn't that correct, Mary? That it's all happens in October. Okay.
It does. October 1, 8 a.m. October 1 through midnight, October 31st. Yes. And I do have the papers, so I did pull them. So yes, as a beauty consultant, you can be the hostess, but you must have 3 additional guests. You plus 3, not you plus 2, you plus 3.
And your hostesses would want to do the same thing, because they want to have the opportunity to win free products from you, to win free products from this. And there's all kinds of entries that they can have for being a hostess. So be sure and go on In Touch. My apologies. I guess I forgot my allergy pill this morning. Go online and double check what that is and how it is and what you're wanting to see. Okay. And then, of course, you also want to take advantage of the fact that tomorrow night, Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Central Time, we're going to be doing My Favorite Things. And please let your director know if you would like to be one of the presenters, and let your director know how many guests you're going to invite. Hold your first party tomorrow night by having 3 guests there. What a novel idea. Good idea. Wednesday at 3 will be the looks for those that happen to be 35 or better. And then Thursday at 8, we will be talking about those incredible things called a mask and how to have healthy skin under the current wearing of mask. And Saturday at 10, it will be a fun time. And I apologize, I have not gotten the pictures posted from this past Saturday, but you missed it, gang. Mary was our beautiful model. We had a guest. I walked her through a look, and she did an incredible job of following instructions and applying something that looked awesome on her. So I really and truly encourage you, take advantage of those. What if you had 3 guests at all 4 of those things? Out of those, they're going to hear the marketing plan. What if 2 chose to become Mary Kay consultants? Do you see how you have had a return on investment by simply putting in the time to ask the guest, get them confirmed? Oh, and by the way, Saturday I had 3 guests confirmed, 1 showed. That's what we call playing the numbers. So don't be shy about it, but really and truly reach out and make it to where that other people have the opportunity to attend. And so I think it's
my turn.
To you. Okay.
So before I turn it over for training, because we have 2 amazing, relatively new directors that are going to be doing some training for us tonight. I just want to give a huge shout out for the stuff that happened over in the chat. Did you guys scroll through all the amazingness that happened? We didn't have 1, but we had 2 brand new red jackets. Not 1, but 2 brand new red jackets. We had people adding to their team. Jennifer held her first, just for a second, I was there. She did her first party. The words came out of her mouth, and she recruited 1 already. And we totally believe that there's 2 and maybe the 3rd one coming for teammates out of her first party. So I just want to give her a personal shout out about that as well. I just love, so I want to give a huge shout out about that. If you haven't already heard, there are now 4 directors on this call, because the amazing Suzett and her team completed the qualifications, and they are now their brand new own unit. Congratulations to Suzett and the Dreamcatchers for becoming a brand new sales director. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that journey and how she got there. But also, did you guys hear that Sophia and her team completed the pickup truck? Yes. So excited about that. put that into perspective, just so that you hear this, she hasn't even been in Mary Kay a year yet. She has not even been in Mary Kay for 12 whole months yet. She has earned not one, but 2 Mary Kay vehicles. She has become a director, and she has earned her first Mary Kay Diamond Bumblebee. So I'm just saying, did I not say that before? If it happened for one, God's type, that'll allow it to happen for others. So I am so excited. A couple things excite me is that y'all do not have to listen to my voice tonight. I am so
Mary.
Mary. So we're going to hear some training from our brand new director, our brand new car driver. Just FYI, yes, there will be an in-person car party that those of you who were unable to join me Friday night as we were picking up our pink Cadillac, we will be hosting an in-person time for you to come and see the Cadillac and have a fun time sitting in it yourself. So thank you for all the shout outs to be a part of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over. Which one did I say I was going to turn it over first? Sophia, how about if I let you do this part first, and then we'll let Suzette do the other part first? How about if I let you start this part first?
Okay, all right. And what we're going to talk about is basically just, it's a great big crow and success story, really about how we got from A to B to C to D. I can tell you as far as, and it comes down to a lot of it is just setting that goal out in front of you. The first time that I speak, I'm going to tell you about goals that I had basically between my own ears that I set for myself. And one was, of course, before I became a Mary Kay consultant, I loved the product, loved the product. So my goal was to get it as cheap as I could. So to get the discount, I became a consultant. And then next was, and then that's all I was going to do with it. But the next thing that I noticed was I could sell lotion by just passing the lotion out and demonstrating it and sharing it. And so after I discovered that, I thought, I wonder how many lotions I can sell within X number of time. So I set a goal. It was a time period. It was, 2 days to see how much lotion I could sell. And it turned out to be a significant amount of lotion. I just concentrated on that. And then the next thing that just kind of organically came about as far as how I, got a little bit further into Mary Kay and came along with it. Of course, I had a lot of good, awesome coaching from. I got muted. Now I'm not muted. Am I muted?
You're good. Talk. No, I was trying to mute the people came in, and you two swapped pictures, and I got you instead. So sorry, that was
okay.
Me.
You're
okay. Good.
Yeah. So I'll just anyway. I wanted to see how many people, how many names I could collect from people I talked to. So that was the next thing. I collected names. Also, at that point, I had my first open house, which with a lot of help and encouragement from Miss Mary. I had, on my first open house, I collected probably about 25 names or so. The next thing I want, and that was one of my goals. I wanted to see how many names, numbers, I could get in that lead box and how many people I could talk to and share product with. And then the next thing I wanted to do was to see how many people I could contact and maybe wanted to order product, maybe wanted to book a facial. So I sat down with those 25 names and numbers didn't have a real good grasp on the script, but had to jump in there, had to have the courage to jump in there and speak and talk to these people on the phone. So it took me about 2 or 3 hours to get a hold of these folks and to go back and try again and to text and leave messages and so forth. And I had just those 25 people. So those were my first goals. And then it just kind of grew from there, booking, and then them bringing their friends. And then at some point there later, I went ahead and talked to one of my really good friends, was Christy, and spoke to her about recruiting, about maybe doing the same thing that I was doing, because she was enjoying it. She enjoyed coming to the facials and enjoyed all that. So, and coming to events. So after that, then we just tried to see how many people we could book, could bring. And from there on, we had so much fun doing this that we had more and more people that wanted to sign up with us. And as far as goals go, the next goal really was something that I spoke to Mary about, and Mary kind of let me know, okay, well, you achieved this. What do you think about doing this? What do you think about adding another couple of people to your team? You know that this could increase your commissions by X amount. Well, that is another thing that you just kind of have to think way out for yourself and keep that in your own mind is well, if I could do this, and if I just, with a little tiny bit more effort, I could do this. And so that's just kind of how these goals stacked up on themselves. And with guidance, of course, and with lots of questions. I was at the point where I think it was at the first month of 2020, we all sat down at Farang and we made our goal posters. I don't know if y'all remember that, whoever was there. I think there are a few of us there, and we made our goal posters. And we kind of did cutouts on what we wanted to do, and we kept that in front of ourselves as far as the next step. And that would be, and that was, for me, was a car. Because I had somebody tell me that Mary Kay would never support us, you know, and so that kind of urged me on a little bit. So I wanted a vehicle. And then with the hot Texas summer, I absolutely wanted a new vehicle because the air conditioning in my own vehicle was out. So every time I stepped into that car, I had to experience the heat, and I wanted that brand new car even more and more and more. So that was one way that I kept that goal out there and in front of me. DIQ and directorship, it was something that I really wanted to do for my team, for my community. And it was a goal that I had set for me and to show my community that we could do it, and to bring Mary Kay and the Mary Kay, philosophies and all of the joy and everything that we experienced through Mary Kay here. So with that, I would like to refer to Miss Suzett. Suzett, are you ready?
I am.
Awesome.
Hello, ladies. I'm going to share my story tonight. And what an story is just how Mary Kay has worked for me. I don't know if you all know the story behind my experience with Mary Kay, but I actually started selling Mary Kay 19 years ago, and I did it solely for the discount. I searched somebody out. My girl had moved away or stopped, and I searched somebody out and said, I want to sign up to be a Mary Kay consultant because I want the discount. I don't want your emails. I don't want your text. I don't want your phone calls. I just want the discount, and I'm good. And so that's how it went for me for about 18 years. I stayed active. So every quarter I placed my 225 order just to get my discount. I had some family members that would go along with me to help me make my order, but that was it. We placed our 225 order and we did no more or no less. But I did have a full-time job. And when my husband moved to Saudi Arabia for 2 years, I retired from my job and moved. And then we moved again when my husband came back, and we moved into a 1952 home where we had to put windows in. And we have 24 windows, and we put in a 24-foot sliding back door. Needless to say, I had to go back to work. So I thought, well, I really didn't want to go back because I did in-home childcare for 27 years. I really did not want to go back into childcare. Was kind of past that. I love children. But the house was not set up for children, and I did not want to set my house back up for children. So I thought, well, I could clean houses. I'm kind of OCD on organizing and cleaning. I can set my own hours and make my own schedule. And so one of the houses that I was actually referred to was Miss Mary's house. And I jokingly went over to her house and said, oh, that's really funny that you sell Mary Kay. So do I. And she looked at me and she was like, really? Okay, so help me understand this. You want to clean my house for 5 hours and make this amount when you could sell one repair kit for the same price and make more money. And I looked at her and I'm like, well, now that you've said it that way, it's kind of ridiculous to clean houses. So, and I'm like, but okay, I don't know anything about selling Mary Kay because I've never wanted to sell Mary Kay. I just wanted to use it and get the discount. And so she invited me to one of our Monday night meetings, and I have been going ever since. Fell in love with all of the products that I never knew about and the women. And so I set a goal right then and there to earn the diamond ring because I knew that I could do that on my own. I didn't need a team because I didn't want to take on the extra responsibility of making sure my team was supported and grew. So, but I knew I could earn my diamond by myself with my sales. And so my first year, I did earn my diamond. And then it was, okay, I've earned my diamond. What's the next step? And I thought, well, now I want to earn my car. Well, earning a car meant you had to have a team. And then it was like, oh, well, okay, I could do this. It's not so hard. You know, I've grown and earned my diamond. I've learned more of the Mary Kay language. And Mary Kay is a foreign language when you're first walking into this. I promise you, that's exactly how I felt. But the more you immerse yourself into it and the more you listen and literally, ladies, you've got to show up to go up. If you don't show up, you're not going to immerse yourself in that language. So I just decided, because at the beginning, I really didn't want to add to my team. So Mary would say, "You're going to earn your red jacket, right?" And I'm going to go, "Yeah, I'm going to earn my red jacket." And I really didn't really try to earn my red jacket because I didn't want the team. I didn't want to let anybody down. And so, ladies, once I decided that it was a goal I put in front of me and set for myself, like the diamond ring, it easily fell into place. Because I set the goal and I had it in front of me, then it just automatically started happening. I started sharing that opportunity with anybody and everybody. And literally the team just grew. I think I earned my car in 2 months, maybe. So it literally just happened overnight. And then once I got the car, well, then it's like, well, my gosh, we're already halfway there. Might as well go for director too. And it was just adding a few more team members. And we earned director from July 1st to September 30th. And so, ladies, I am here to tell you it can happen to you if you set that goal in front of you and you keep it in front of you and you just shoot for it, because I never thought, all I wanted was to wear it and to get it for a discount. So I am here to tell you that you can do it. Each and every one of you can do it. So.
Excellent. How about first, before I do anything more, how about you guys give some either jazzy hands that we see or emojis in there? Let's give these two first a huge applause just for their story and dedication to their story to help make it happen. What I want to do before we're going to do a little bit of breakout stuff, I want to open up. Does anybody have any questions? As you can tell, they took 2 different pathways to get here. 2 different pathways. One has been enjoying the products. I mean, they both love the product. They both love the discount. Okay, we love that. But they obviously took different pathways here. How about we have a few minutes here. If you have any questions, just kind of raise your hand, let me know. And then I'll let you unmute and we can address their questions, because I can't believe people wouldn't have questions for these 2. No? Nobody's brave enough for questions. No.
Well, I would just like to add that after Suzette had begun to come to your meetings on Monday nights, then she came to seminar. She was smart enough to realize that she needed to make it to seminar and to be able to get that additional training and information and viewpoint of what Mary Kay Cosmetics is and can be. And so from that time, she was just dead set on making things happen, and she did accomplish it. And I just wanted to be able to compliment her on that. Mm-hmm. And of course, I have never ridden in a Mary Kay pickup yet, but I will count on getting to do so.
We are very excited about playing in the pickup truck. So any questions? If not, I mean, we have stuff to do. I just want to give you a chance to ask questions if anybody had questions for them. Nobody brave enough. Debbie?
Actually, I was trying to unmute. Can you guys hear me?
There. Yes, Lena.
When it said that Sophia won 2 cars, now will she get 2 cars at a time, or will she only get one and then the next one?
She'll get one and then the other.
But she will have 2 cars at the same time?
No, she will get one delivered, and while the other one's being built, she'll drive the first car, then she will turn in the first car and pick up the second car.
Okay, that was my question.
Well, although she will have the right of refusal.
Oh.
So what does that mean is the car is actually leased in her name. Mary Kay leases the car in her name. If for some reason it would be advantageous for her to buy that first car, she would pay trade-in value to keep the car. So just for the record, if you come to my driveway, it's going to look like a fleet of Chevy Equinoxes, because I have a fleet of children that all needed vehicles. So every year as I want a new car, we would buy out the last equinox to be given the next car, so that my children would have cars to drive, because I wasn't going to give them a new car, and I knew where all those miles were. And so it was just one of the best deals. So not that Sophia will buy out her Malibu, but it will be, that will be an option for her. If she decides that she wants to buy the Malibu, she could buy the Malibu and then also receive the pickup truck. Other questions? No? Okay, if you, just before we go into our next little exercise, if you haven't done so yet, I would like you to private message Ms. Judy Stats. While you are, what you are private messaging her, you are private messaging her. Did you help anybody try the product since last Monday? Okay, that's what's called a face. Did somebody get to try the product for the first time? Bookings, have you set up a time for other people to try products? Forward. Did you make any sales? Did you share, hey, come join Mary Kay with us? And did you get any team numbers? So you can say 00090, whatever numbers, but do me a favor, private message. So what you do is go over to chat, find Judy Stats, and private message Miss Judy, because we're gonna do some recognition at the end. And this way it's only, she's the only one that gets the results, okay? Because then she's gonna tell it all to us. But I know we've had a few people jump on, and I just wanna make sure that everybody had a chance to hear what we're doing. So the other thing I'm gonna say is, be brave and report your zero. Okay, be brave and report your zero. I will tell you, there is nothing like having to type a zero where you know there could be a number. So I'm just gonna ask, be brave. No, I did not have any new faces. No, I did not get ready to share this with anybody. No, and you know what, Miss Judy's not gonna call you out. That is an exercise for yourself. Okay, that's another reason why I like doing it privately, because the world doesn't know, nor are we going to tell them. So please, please, private message that to Miss Judy as we go. Okay, for those of you who have been with us before, you know that we break out into breakout rooms on occasions. What we're gonna do in this breakout room, I'm gonna divide us into, what we got, 18. We're gonna kind of jump into, I'm gonna put us into a little bit smaller rooms. So there's only gonna be a couple of you in there. So actually each room is only gonna have 2 to 3 people. While you're in that breakout room this time with 2 to 3 people, what part of Suzette's and Sophia's stories either rang true with you, or be honest with the person, hey, this part of it just, it doesn't sound anything like me. We are just kind of unfolding your story between your ears. So when you get into the room, there will not be a director in every room, because I'm making 6 rooms and we only have 4 directors. There's a possibility that all of us directors end up in the same room, because this is a random draw. I have no control over this. So whenever you get in there, just go be brave. Jump on, start talking to your friends, meet them, say hi to who they are. And then what part of the stories of Suzette and Sophia, what part actually sounded like you and what parts don't actually sound like you? We're gonna have a total of about 3 minutes in the room. So kind of break up your time accordingly. You do know that a little clock pops up and says, hey, you have this much time. So, you know, be accordingly appropriate to that. So let's go have some fun. Go jump in your rooms, and we will talk back here to you soon. Go ahead and accept the rooms. Go jump in. Go jump in.
Oh, I just left my room accidentally.
Oops. Yeah, we're due to be back. Everybody's coming back. You're fine. They have less than a minute to be back.
Oh, okay.
Did you have fun in your room?
I did. I was in the process of talking, and when the Y thing, I pushed the wrong button. I'm good at that, I guess.
Practice, so they'll hear your story.
You see my lip gloss?
I do. Which color is that?
It's the evening berry. I love it. Yes, I do love it.
Very, very, very cool. Love it. Love it. Love it. And your team member did jump on. She lost track of time. I saw her jump on. I think she's still on.
Yeah, she is. She messaged me, and I was like, "Your Gigi's gonna beat you."
Did you get that information, Debbie?
No, I didn't, sweetie.
You basically.
Excellent. So did you guys have fun in your breakout rooms? Wasn't that fun to hear everybody's story? I don't know. I just think they should have never told me that there's breakout rooms, because I was like, go away. Go to your room. Go to your room. I don't know. I'm probably not the world's best coordinator with having breakout rooms. So very cool. So how many feel like, give me, a thumbs up or wave a hand. How many feel like you can relate to at least part of their story? How many people feel like they can relate to at least part of their story? Yeah.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
So to me, that's where your encouragement is that you can relate to part of the story. And I will continue to say, if God will do for one, we are his children. We are not his stepchildren. He loves us that dearly, that he so desperately wants the best for us. So keep that in mind. Daddy loves us, and Daddy wants to take care of us. Okay, so for the next part of the training, I did ask them to kind of go to part 2 of their story. So I've heard part 1 of their story. So Suzett, let's start with you this time. Let's go to the part 2 of the training. So if you're not muted, if your name is not Suzett and you're not muted, go ahead and mute yourself so that we can hear Suzette's next part of the story. Suzett, you're up.
So the next part of my story is how I just went about, okay, I don't like looking at myself like that, how I went about getting and talking with people and getting them on my team. Literally, I told them my story and told them they could do it, each do it. Whether it be they come on and they join the team to grow the extra money and grow their team and to actually earn a car. I mean, a lot of people were very intrigued about earning a car. They didn't know, they thought Mary Kay's only car was the pink Cadillac. And I'm like, oh, absolutely not. You start here and if you see pink Cadillacs, you see some really hard workers. And you know that there's a lot that has gone into their story. But it's one of those that once I set my mind up on my goal of adding to my team, it was just talking to them and sharing how, if I can do this, any of y'all could do this. I wanted nothing to do with selling. I just wanted the discount. There's so many different ways people think you all have to do big parties. I don't know that I have actually done maybe one big party. The rest of my stuff has been one-on-ones. A lot of mine came off of lead boxes, which a lead box is a little box that you set up in stores or hair salons or restaurants or wherever you decide you want to set up. There's so numerous places that you could. And I get little names like this right here, and this is my one-on-one. So a lot of that's where mine come from. And it was cool for me to do a one-on-one. I didn't have to get up in front of a big group of ladies. And that's how I grew my business. when they announced to me I was number 7 in the Sapphire unit, I'm just like, what are you talking about? I just did my one-on-ones. You know, that wasn't a goal. Yes, I wanted my diamond ring, but I wasn't shooting for the top 10 or anything like that. I just wanted to earn my diamond ring. And the rest of it just kind of fell into place. You know, and then sharing my story of how easy it was to do it. And guys, when I say easy, it's just talking, just like we're doing right now. It's just having a conversation and sharing what Mary Kay can do for you, what it's done for me, how it's enabled me to not clean houses and to set my own hours and to do what I've wanted to do. I had a side gig this past week. That's why I wasn't here last week. But Mary Kay has allowed me to be able to do other things and still earn director while I was sitting over there working this children's sale. I mean, that's where I closed down director. And, but you know, it's setting my own hours and, you know, just sharing, just literally, it's just sharing what a wonderful company this is to work for. The money that you can earn in it, the diamonds, the cars, you know, just the friendships that we've been able to just pull along with us. So
one question I have for you, Suzette, that I'm not going to let you not answer in front of them, because we've had this conversation. So I'm not like actually setting you up. I'm kind of setting you up, but I'm not actually setting you up.
Okay.
I want you to go back in your mind. You were earning the diamond ring, and you and I had a conversation because Sophia had joined the world, and she started recruiting everybody in the universe. And you and I had a conversation. Do you recall this conversation?
Yeah. I think I touched on it a few minutes ago.
How about touching a little dear about where your mind was and what it was like? Because it's not that you weren't sharing the product, and it's not like you weren't sharing the opportunity, but I would like you to unpackage that to make sure people hear what you said and not what you breezed over.
Yeah.
Because the intention of what you said is really, really deeper and really was night and day difference. So if you wouldn't mind sharing that part.
So what she's actually talking about is when my first goal was my diamond ring. And so when I was going for my diamond ring, again, that was all about me. It was what I could do on my own. And Mary, one of our things was we had to, okay, so what is one of your goals? Well, at last conference, my goal was to become Red Jacket. Conference was in March. And I said, I wanted to earn my Red Jacket by April. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a good thing to throw out there. April sounds like a good date. But I'll tell you, ladies, I really didn't try very hard because, like I said earlier, it was one of those things that I didn't want to have the responsibility of leading a team and letting them down. And so when I earned my diamond, and literally the next goal for me was to earn my car, is where I had to earn a team. I had to grow my team, not earn my team, grow my team. I literally clicked in my mind that I can do this. We have a wonderful host of women on this screen right here that all come together and help train your girls. So it's not you or me doing it by myself. We have this great group of women that take on and share and help grow your team members. So when I literally put it in my head and in my mind in front of me that I needed to add team members, ladies, it happened. It literally, the mind just clicked for me, and it was as easy as having a conversation going, come join my team. It's amazing. Mary Kay is wonderful to work for. This is what happens. But until that happened, until I literally clicked that over in my head, it didn't happen because I didn't want it to happen. I did not want to grow that team because that meant I had to do something. And once I realized that it wasn't just I that had to do something because we are a team and there is no I in team, it wasn't happening. It literally was not happening. I think I had 2 people on my team when I earned my diamond, and they were my 2 daughters. And that was it. 3. I barely, the 3rd daughter came on shortly before that. But guys, the only ones I had on my team were my girls. And because I knew I could talk to them and get them to do it. But to have anybody else join my team was, I didn't really want it until I literally, a head game, until I literally said, I want a team. Did it not happen? So yes, it is a mind game. It is a goal you have to set in your head, and you have to put it out in front of you, and you have to believe you can do it. Because if you don't believe you can do it, it won't happen. So does that help, Mary?
And just one point, you did it during COVID.
Absolutely. It has been an amazing time to do it in COVID.
Absolutely. How about before we turn it over to Sophia, how about we give her a big round of applause for that, for being that vulnerable, and allow me to just pin her against the wall and say, yeah, you need to confess that in public, because I think most of us are going to relate to that part of the story. We say our mouth says we want something, and yet our heart is doubting we can actually do it. And yeah, Jennifer? That's you. Okay, that's you. You need to unmute, sweetheart, if you want to say something. You're still muted.
You're still muted. Yes, that's exactly me, Suzett. I was like, was you scared to even talking to other people about stuff like this? That's me being afraid of the rejection. So, well, you did an awesome job. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Mine was more so when I went to when I went to share the opportunity, I just kind of very, very faintly, and then I was done. I didn't go into how amazing the company is. When you believe something with your heart, it's kind of like when you believe in one of the products, your love comes through your words. And when your love comes through your words, people can see the passion behind it. When I decided that how much I did truly love Mary Kay and how much I truly believed in this company and how excited it was to work for this company, work with this company, not for it, but just to how much it could benefit each one of the women that I was coming into contact with, and how much that I could see them doing it. And once I believed that, it was easy to share that. You know, it's one of those things that if you don't love it, you can't share it. So with the product or with the company, if you don't love it, you can't share it.
And I love that you definitely were in love with the product first. And as you fell in love with the product more, it wooed you into making sure the company kept telling the story.
Absolutely.
So I love that. So it wasn't like you instantly had to do both. It lets you take the steps that you need to take one at a time. So again, let's give her a big round of applause for all of that. That was just,
thank you, ladies.
So glad. And again, congratulations for joining us on the director's side. Love that. And so very, very proud of you for that. Okay, so Miss Sophia, you took a different path to get there, but I also wanted you to share, because it is so darn exciting, 2 Mary Kay cars, not 1, 2 Mary Kay cars in your first year, Mary Kay. Help us, because I don't know, but I think I can honestly speak for everybody else on the screen. That's mind blowing to say that you earned 2 cars from a company in less than 12 months. That's kind of, so Sophia, will you please come on and help us hear what it took, what you did, help us be a part of the journey.
Okay, so backing up just a little bit before the truck, before any of the vehicles, I had fabulous coaching. Okay, let me just put it that way. I had fabulous coaching. I had a very good team and a very hopeful team, a positive team, a team that was watching me, and they were pulling for the whole group of us. They were pulling for the dream. And we just wanted to see where this could take us, because I'll go back just a little bit to some of the other goals. I remember it just an inch at a time, an inch at a time, an inch by inch, you know. I tell you, it would be just this goal, and then you meet that goal. And I just started growing team members. How did our team members grow? It was all of the fun that we were having. Suzett nailed it when she talked about how you cannot share it if you don't love it. And we loved the whole process, the getting together, the having, a group of people together, doing the facials, meeting, and just sharing the joy that we were all experiencing, and the community. It was another form of community. It was something for everybody out here to talk about. I don't know if you all know, it's a rural community, and it is also a little bit, let's say, economically challenged already. So you don't have a whole bunch of $500 orders or $300 orders or anything like that. It's just about getting together, having fun, and you have, just a group of women having fun together and wanting to perpetuate it. Also, when I had my discussions with Miss Mary and I was transitioning into DIQ, and she knows what I'm going to tell her, what I'm going to talk about right now. Transitioning into DIQ, I was super focused on getting through DIQ onto directorship. And at that point it was, I know she told me, but I wasn't even thinking about it, didn't even hear it. At one point I was $400 from qualifying on the first month of the car. And it didn't sink in until I was 3 months down the road. And I realized, oh, I could have done this an extra month early, because, and I was not ready to hear that goal yet. It didn't sink in. It was there, it was possible, but I didn't hear it. I was going for directorship and in DIQ. But I tell you, once we passed the first mark, which was the Malibu, I realized that I need to kind of look behind me a little bit and take a look at where I have already been as far as the goals and the reports and the numbers and things like that. But I wanted to, talking about the truck, I first saw the truck in June or July is when I first saw that truck. And I saw the promotion for it, and I saw the different cars that you could get. The truck was what I wanted. This is truck country. And it speaks the language of a lot more folks out here, because it is that type of vehicle that we can use a little bit more out here, out in the country. So we talked a lot about the truck. Well, did you know Mary Kay had a truck? No, I didn't know Mary Kay had a truck. I knew about the pink Cadillac. Are you getting a Cadillac? No, I'm not getting a Cadillac. I'm getting a truck. And every time I spoke to somebody in the community, I'm getting a truck. And when I talked to the team, we're getting a truck. We're going to reach truck. This is going to help us reach the truck. And so the truck was always in our conversation, was always on our minds. And whenever customers would come in at my little country store, they'd say, have you gotten your car yet? The truck, well, almost, we're almost there. We'll have it by the end of this month. We'll have it by the end of next month. We're going to have it by this amount of time. So we just kind of, it was something that pulled the community together. And it was something that I could not have done without a team. And it was something that I wanted to do with a team, because I want to show people what is possible. What is possible when you work hard.
Excellent.
And when you love what you do. So here we are at the truck. We'll pick it up soon.
We will. Well, okay, before I go any farther, once again, let's give a huge round of applause to this amazing story. This is so exciting, so exciting. Sophia, so one of the things I hope they heard you say, because you said it, is she put a goal out so that she wanted to rally people around her cause. Okay, is your cause. I mean, Suzette did the same thing. One of the reasons that she started selling is she wanted to pay off the windows. Okay, so that was part of the story, that she was meeting with these people whose names that she found in the box. There was a purpose behind, some of it's catch, some of it's rallying cry. It's that community. I hope in listening to Sophia's story, you didn't miss, she had some family members that really did not believe Mary Kay was going to work for her. I hope you did not miss that comment, that they didn't mind her using the product, but to honestly think that Mary Kay was going to make money or deliver a car, yeah, she was, I suppose, we could play with the term a little bit, she was having some happy water, or something, that it's not like everybody believed her, but she totally believed in her own dream. And then she went forward with her dream. I also love it that both of them, said that this wasn't without the U-turns. How many of you have been in the business long enough you've had to make a few legal U-turns and try again or start overs? And both of them shared that. This was not that, hey, they started and never had a hiccup. They definitely were working. But what I loved is that they both were willing to get up when things didn't exactly go as plan A or plan B or C, D, E, or F. Sometimes we got very creative of what letter we were actually going to use to make something happen. And so just to let you know, just because they're having success doesn't mean it went as planned. It meant that they stayed on course until the success happened. So I wanted you to hear the drastic and vast difference, but they both achieved success. What is some of the differences that you heard in their stories? What is some of the differences you heard? We're going to try to process this out. We got a couple of seconds before I go on to the next thing. What is some of the differences you heard?
This is Kathy.
Yes, ma'am.
This is for Suzette. I know you're listening. And I know that Sophia probably did this as well, but you have to let people know you're out there. And Sophia, you have your little store. And Suzette I love the idea you put those little boxes in the salons or the stores or where. And Sophia, I'm sure you did that too. And I wrote that down because I thought, you know, there's something, I'm having a problem. I don't know what it is, but I think that box, little box, is going to solve it. So thank you both very much.
Excellent. And sometimes it's going to be a box, and sometimes what they use is going to be a springboard that you find your own creativity. Okay, so I want you to hear that as well. How Debbie does it, how Kathy does it, how Susan, Rhonda, Bozina, how each of you do it. Just because she used a box doesn't mean yours is going to be a box. But we're going to find you're going to find your path. So just excited. I hope you guys enjoyed this part of the training. Moving on to one more time, we're going to break out into the breakout rooms one more time. Here's the deal. I don't know if you know that yesterday was National Name Your Car Day. Everything, apparently every day has a day. So yeah, that was like, whoo, okay, whatever. But the reason I'm going to send you into your breakout room is because I want you to give a vision. If you already have your car named, then you get to say how that car name affirms you getting your first Mary Kay car. Or if you don't yet have a car for your name for your car, or you want to rename your car, what would you call your car to help remind you that God really has in store for you a Mary Kay car, a gift? Here, we'll blow it. They did leave the sticker in my car. They left the sticker in my car, in the glove box. A $50 sticker in my box that I'm not making payments on. So just so that you can understand, blow mind. So we're going to jump into our breakout rooms. What is your car name? What is your car name? To remind you that cars are in your future. Okay, so please jump into your breakout rooms. Here we go. Have fun. 2 unassigned. Christy assigned to 6. Nicole assigned to 4. There you go. Christy, I did assign you to a room, so go ahead and accept. Oh, Nicole.
ability to share. And I have a
What did
backup.
you want to give me?
Oh, honey, I'm not finished until 8:30.
Well, what did you?
I've got several things to give you and talk to you about, but I can't right now. I'm in a meeting.
What's wrong with this thing?
Yep, Kathy's got a great name.
Goodness. Uh-oh.
There you go. Everybody should be coming back in. Yay. So did we have some fun car names? Go ahead and drop them over. Go drop them over in the chat. Everybody go drop your car name over in the chat, because that way everybody gets to hear it. So go ahead, drop them over. Type away what's your car name over in the chat. Go make sure you're doing it to all, not just to me. Everybody gets to see the car names. I love that. So excited about that. Okay, while you guys are doing that, so hopefully you've enjoyed the training so far, helping our minds get to places in new levels in our Mary Kay. One of the practical ways to help spread the Mary Kay joy is to use the preferred customer program. Preferred customer program is simply sending out the mailers, simply sending out the lookbooks, the hard print lookbooks to your customers and your potential customers. That deadline is coming up on October 17th. So in 12 short days, the deadline for you to have enrolled your customers will be here. For some of you, this is the first chance you have to send out lookbooks. For some of us, this is, well, we're not going to count. All we know is our customers love them. So this will be the book. We're going to sign up now. The books will launch in November. That means you also will be able to get new products in November. So what I'm going to just quick do here is I'm going to quick jump over and I'm going to share screen. You're going to see my In Touch page. This is, it says Welcome Mary. See, so it's my In Touch page. So to enroll in the preferred customers, you go here to Business Tools. You go down to the Preferred Customer Program. If you do not have any customers enrolled, i.e. you don't have anybody in your My Customers app, then you need to create or update a customer list. So then you would click on this part of it right here. And you're gonna see one of the things that I love that it does is if they update, it's like Miss Judith Anderson moved from, according to the post office. And you know, when someone goes in and shares a new address, they will share it with us so that we can get the updated information on our customers so that they are actually going to get mailed to the proper address. Anybody else think that that's pretty amazing little thing that it does? Okay, sorry, my computer's being fussy. Yes, I want to update everything. That way I don't have to remember to do it later. Okay, so one of the things that it can do, okay, fine, let's go on here. Sorry, see, you too can be a director. It can argue with you all you want. So if you do not already have customers enrolled, it's going to come up to a screen like this to add. You're going to put in their first name, last name, street, city, zip, etc., etc. And then I would highly recommend, if you're typing it in, validate the address, because sometimes the post office likes things abbreviated different than how you typed. This way, the post office thinks you're awesome. And then you save the customer. Okay, so that's if you don't have any customers in My Customers. If you already have customers in your My Customers app, you just come down here to Quick Enroll. And you're gonna, see that I have just a few customers. Hello, well, maybe if my computer wants to talk to me. It's gonna see that I have 366 customers in my database. And it will by default say that, because I always send out books, it will default and check all of them for me. I can uncheck somebody and then that particular person would not receive the lookbook. I personally don't like going between pages to pages. So you can say, I only want 10 people on a page. I want 20. I'll just go for them all. I don't like going page to page. There, these are all my customers. La, 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 la. And then we can scroll all the way down to the end. If somebody is missing an address or a part of an address, it's going to tell you that as well. And you can go out there and fix it. You could get the books in English or Spanish. And you don't, so you can have one or two Spanish or whatever is most comfortable. Then when you come down here, you could just say order summary. It's going to say, it's going to go to your screen. It's going to say, hey, this is how many will come up for it. And then you can pay for it, okay? It's saying that I'm sending out 287 in English and 1 Spanish. Leave it to me to have so many Spanish people. So that I could go ahead and put in my first order. Then lo and behold, I meet somebody at my event tomorrow. I could go in and add them tomorrow. This is not one of the times that you get charged extra for how many orders you put in. You know, like if you're ordering inventory, you're ordering products every time you do you buy products, you have to pay shipping and handling. You know, so how many times am I telling you, turn in 1 order if you can get away with it, lower your shipping costs. This is the one that it doesn't matter. Seriously, run out there tonight, enroll as many people as you can, and then over the next week or so, just keep adding people to it. Because I think it's happened to almost every beauty consultant once, because she's so annoyed she would never do it again. You miss the deadline and none of your customers get their books. And you have to wait to get your product. Most of us will get annoyed once, and we will never, ever, ever do that again. Okay, so one of the other benefits of doing this, and I mean even one, you will get to order the products 5 days earlier than the people who choose not to do this program. How many people thought the lip glosses were totally fun and amazing when they came out? Mm-hmm. How many people think the Christmas stuff is totally fun and amazing? Mm-hmm. Okay, if you think those 2 launches are fun and amazing, I hate to tell you, the directors know what's coming already. And it's fun and amazing, and no, it's even more amazing than fun. And if you get that out of me, I'm telling you, if I say it's more amazing than fun, because I'm more of a fun person, it is awesome. You want it. That's what I know. You want it all. So you want to be able to order 5 days earlier than everybody else. And I'm very serious that even if you send it to your mom, your dog, I mean, get at least a customer in your database. You cannot send it to yourself, that doesn't count, but you can send it to anybody else, okay? So have at least one of those out there. So that is our practical training. If that went by, whoop, I don't know what you mean, don't know how to do it, this is why you have directors. We are here, we will slow down and we will walk you through it. We want you to understand it. But in the same breath, those of you that we just also want a total reminder that this is something we need to definitely, okay, I can't tell you you have to, but I can highly recommend it. Is that a fair way of my saying that? I can't tell you, you're not my employee, so I can't tell you have to, but I can highly say you totally, really, 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 really want to do this. So with that, I would like to turn it back over to the amazing Judy Stack. I know she's got all kinds of blow up her phone text messages. So let's find out what's going on with our recognition, and we will go from there. Judy, you have to unmute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kept getting a little hand instead of my cursor that would let me unmute. It's interesting. Can you all see my hand? Okay, I am thrilled. I really am. There were between 15 and 20 of us on at different times throughout the evening today. And at the same time, we had 6 that had put Mary Kay on faces. Woohoo! That's a third. And Mary Kay the lady has always taught me that 1/3 will, 1/3 thinks about it, and 1/3 doesn't know what's going on. So congratulations for being in that third that put it on faces. And I love the fact that 3 of them had at least one face, and Vicki Scherer was number 3 in our recognition tonight, with Jennifer being number 2. Congratulations, Jennifer. And our queen of faces was Bozina, with 6 of them tonight. And Bozina, congratulations for reaching out to people and helping them to know how to have great skin. And then, of course, from those faces come bookings. And Vicki, again, number 3, you are moving up. And Bozina was number 2 this time. And our queen was Lena. Congratulations, Lena, because she has 4 new bookings. And I love that. Oh, and then our sales. Oh, ladies, those of you that did, as Mary said, and put your zeros in, I know that this next time you're going to have a number in there, aren't you? And we had several that had numbers in there, but it's only from the 300 and above that I recognize. And so in our number 2 spot, please give her a great big round of applause for a $348 week to Vicki Schar. Give her a great big hand. Yes. And our queen for the night. Oh, are you ready? Queen Bozina. So this is queen in 2 areas with $1,419. Now, just roughly think, ladies, that is $700 profit to her. $700 would go back into Mary Kay for the order because she's going to need to replace that product. She had 6 faces. So that means it was over $100 a face. Great average. And moving ahead there, Bozina, congratulations to you. And Bozina was the queen of our career chats. She had 3 career chats this time. And our queen of new team members, and I believe she's fairly new herself, is Jennifer. Congratulations, Jennifer. Give both of those ladies a great big round of applause, because this is the month to get into red. Red will bring you into many different places, including even a diamond ring. So I know that Red October, see my head? Okay, all of you join me. Thank you. Yep, Debbie, you too. Good. Because really and truly, when you are in red, you're leading by example, but you're also having a team that can surround you and be excited with you and for you for the accomplishments that you and the team are completing. So congratulations to each of you. And I cannot wait to see next week, because we've got a full week this week to make things happen. And Mary?
Excellent. Well, I hope you guys had as much, your heads were as filled and your heart was as thrilled as mine, hearing the stories of all these 2 people accomplishing their goals, which reminded me, as I had the honors that I knew I got to close tonight, reminded me of the story. One of my favorite things growing up was Sunday night when we got to watch the Disney movie. I don't know, did you guys get to watch Disney? At 7 o'clock, the castle came out, and woo, okay, is anybody else as old as me and remember that? Okay. And I just always thought that that was just one of the coolest things, Walt Disney. Oh my gosh, what a cool, oh, so happy. And then a couple of years ago, my daughter and I actually got to go to Disneyland. Okay, I personally think going to Disney with your 20-plus-year-old child is a perfect time to go. I was not in any way worried that she was going to get lost. It was an awesome time to go. She was more concerned that mom was going to get lost. So I thought that was, anyway. But one thing that I sit back and I was marveled at was the teamwork and the camaraderie of Disney itself. If you've ever been to Disney, it is truly the happiest place. It is Mary Kay on steroids. It is happy. The workers are sharing their love of what they're sharing to share with you. But do you know the story that Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse was turned down over 300 times before the mouse became real? 300 times, including family and friends who did not believe in him, including people that said he had no talent and he was in no way creative. Could you imagine how our world would be so different if he would have listened to the naysayers? Could you imagine how different life would be if we would not get to wish upon a star. So what I would like to plant for you, in addition to your beautiful car names, I would like you to know that somebody's wishing on a star 50 years from now because you chased a dream. Because you see, our children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, or great-great-grandchildren. You see, you're part of the legacy, and the part of the story that you leave leaves an imprint on somebody else. Look around the screen. Now, I bet the names are starting to ring bells. Oh, that's Janice. Oh, that's Susan. I know what Lily looks like. Oh, Christy. Oh, Lena. Lena drives a truck. Oh, Angie. Oh. Because you see, we're forming community. And your story's bumping up against somebody else's story. We're better together because together we're together. So I thank you for investing in yourself. I thank you for investing in each of us with your time tonight. And just remember, as you wish upon a star, there is somebody that has prayed you to your star and somebody that is praying that you will keep wishing upon your star. You guys have an amazing night. So very, very proud of you all. I am looking forward to seeing any of you who are able here to be with us tomorrow night on our favorite things. I would totally love to see your faces again tomorrow night as we share those products. Have a great time. Looking forward to seeing you all, and see you soon, and know that I am wishing upon your star as well. Have a great week. Bye, y'all.